Today's video is about making this backyard look this good. We struggled to get through this yard. I'm going to demonstrate bagging, demonstrate mulching, and demonstrate side discharge. It's up to you. It's up to your patience. It's up to your skill level. It's up to your machine and you know what you want your end result to look like. This is my end result. It's perfect. It looks fine. I could have done it a different way and it would have come out just like this. Had I done it any other way, it still would come out just like this. The question is, what does it take to get it like this? With what system? This video we mow both of my yards here, my yard and my neighbor's yard. We do some side discharge mowing and find some repairs, fix some noises, that nasty noise my mower was making. We find that, we fix that. I put a brand new blade on my machine. So let's go ahead and knock all that crap out and then let's get to this backyard so you can see how I tackled it. This is like a continuation of that last video I said, and then we were gonna take the information about blades. I'll put that link right here. And then you can see the difference with what we did here today. All right, cool. So anyways, sit down, put your seatbelts on. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride. This video didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, but that's okay because this is real. And you guys are gonna have to deal with this crap too. So let's get to it. You guys remember that freaking rattling noise this mower makes? It like drives everybody crazy. I found it right here. It's missing the bolt. The bolt came out. So that's vibrating. That's what you're hearing. The heat shield right here at the muffler. I need a nut and bolt for right there. If you want to know how I fixed that, I did not have a nut and bolt. I just took the heat shield and I bent it up some, and that's it. Everybody knows about bagging, everybody knows about mulching, but not a lot of people know about the advantages of side discharge mowing and how you can keep going. And if they do know about it, they don't really know how to do it. They don't know how to do it like in an effective way. So we're going to break it down. I'm going to show you guys how I do side discharge mowing well, I find it to be easier. And I'll give you a hint, like little clues to watch. I cut the middle out and I cut a perimeter, and then I start bringing the clippings in to the already cut grass. That way at the end of the yard, while you're cutting all the clippings and you still got grass to cut, that's a lot of strain on the mower. So this takes a lot of the strain off by giving the clippings a place to go. So we'll just put the practice to use. I got a brand new blade on this machine. It came in yesterday, so I put a brand new blade on it. It's the 3-in-1 blade, so it's good for bagging, mulching, and side discharge. It's not great at any of them, but it'll work for all of them. And that's what we're gonna do today, is just about all of it. And then we fixed that vibration, rattling crap, and we blacked it out, got rid of the red cover. So the TB360 with the 190cc Briggs & Stratton motor is gonna have a little workout today. I tightened up some bolts and stuff on the handle that have been loose. You guys have been harassing me about the handle. That's all good, man. That's what we're here for, man. We razz each other a little bit, and that's fine. The cover's in the trash. I'll keep the cover. I'll throw the cover over here in my parts. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my weed eater together. I got those new gray clips. I talked to the service people about the steel combi and about those gray clips and the problem I had. And he said throw a little bit of grease on it, but be careful because dirt and grease don't mix and you'll be like, you can wear things down, so be really careful. He said put a little bit of grease in there, you'll be fine. So we're gonna use the steel combi, the KM90, weed eater edger, and we got the BG86 handheld blower. So that's what we're gonna, that's our arsenal for today, so that's what we're gonna do. And I think we need to just get on it. There is one thing that we need to do before we start cutting. I need to get a new head for my steel for the combi weed eater. I'm just gonna go to Andy's here and pick up the whole head, the entire head. I think it even comes with line on it. I don't know, but whatever the line is, I won't like it because it's not going to be 80,000s. It's not the stuff I use, but that's what we're going to do first. Then we're going to start mowing. I got everything loaded up and we're ready to rock. I'm excited about today. I'm excited about getting these yards done. Should be pretty fun. Should make for an interesting video. Right here, my yard and her yard, the front yard, not too much of a challenge. My yard's not that big of a deal. We got some pretty tall things right here, but that'll go right through. That's not a big deal. Her yard's a little bit thicker, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mow my yard to save camera time. I'll mow my yard and then we'll set the camera up over there and we'll side discharge her front yard, except for that one spot. We'll bag that front area where the weeds were. So we'll side discharge down and we'll bag up. And then we're gonna go do my backyard, which my backyard's a freaking disaster. So let me do that, let me get mine done, and then we'll pick it up over there. We got a lot of my front yard done. We're from here up is done. And we got the swale done down there by the street, the part beyond the sidewalk. And we got up here done, okay? And we got the whole side done. In this situation, sorry about the sun. In this situation, using the side discharge, all your options are open for mowing patterns because this isn't bad. This isn't thick. If you come this way and shoot it this way, you're not gonna have a line of clippings laying on the top of the grass here. At least nothing really worth worrying about. Nothing more than you would have to just with the blower real fast. Excuse me. So in this situation, you can mow up and down like you're striping. You can square it off if you want. Whatever makes you comfortable, that's what you can do. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'll show you guys real quick. We'll mow this front yard. We'll time lapse it at about 3 times speed. Then we'll move over into her yard there, and then my backyard, which is a disaster. So let's get on that. Remember this crap had like foot-tall weeds? Like they're gone. So we vacuumed up the seeds and the grass. It's the growing season, so the grass just choked them out, took it over. Let's continue that with bagging this area one more time. Side chute off. Bag on. 3-in-1 blade, multi-purpose. gotta take care of clippings. So that's the bad part. Let me go dump these out. Here's one thing that I didn't really explain to you guys. When it came to bagging that area, I didn't really get too bent around the axle, but doing a fantastic job. I just bagged it up. Now I'm gonna mow with the side chute, and I'm gonna be going 100 miles an hour. So I'm just gonna probably just go over that now with the side chute, just make sure everything's nice and even. But we'll go ahead and move the camera down so you can really see like the mainer area and how I side shoot. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple passes in the middle here out to make a spot, and then I'm gonna square it and bring the clippings in, and then a couple passes over it, and then we'll be done. So the first thing that I always do when I start mowing is I always make sure that I'm not gonna encroach on a neighbor's yard. So I'll do like 2 or 3 passes up and down the property line just to give myself proper turnaround space. And now at this point, I'm going to cut the middle out, and that's going to allow me to be able to lay the clippings on already cut grass. Makes it easier to mulch later. Now that the middle is cut, I'm going to square it, and that's going to keep the clippings to the right side of my machine, and I'm going to bring those clippings to the center where I already cut it. Now you got to realize one of the downfalls of side chute discharging your clippings, you can start filling up flower beds and planters. So as you see right here, grass isn't very tall or too thick, so it's safe for me to keep going by. But if that was some really thick grass or really tall stuff, or that's like mulch or something that you can't clean out easily, then you got to be careful with what you do. You got to be careful with where you point your clippings. Let's get back to mowing. Okay, so let me show you guys this, right? You think side discharging, you think we're not really doing much, but look at this. You see the clippings? So if I had to cut this grass right now, if I didn't cut this middle out, then I would have to cut these clippings and cut the grass. Now, imagine if this was a lot thicker grass, okay? So that's why I kind of cut the middle out first. Damn it, where do these ants come from? I cut the middle out first to make it so I have a place to lay the clippings. So now I can cut these clippings up and what little bit is left. I couldn't really center it because of the tree, but what little bit is left to cut, I can cut this up and I'm not worried about, you know, chopping up the grass or killing my mower or anything like that. I'll run over that real fast and it'll be gone. So was there an advantage to mulching this little area compared to side discharging this little area? Not really. Or this main area? Not really. 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other, because it wasn't bad. That's my point. Let's go do bad.